Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 238 of a year of change. It's the end of another week and the end of our first week of looking at carbs. So I don't have a lot of information today. It's mainly just going to be sort of a quick update sort of thing. I had forgotten again this week, and I do this all the time. I had forgotten to track everything that not track everything. Sorry, that's not right. I did track everything I ate. But keeping an eye meal to meal on my sodium and sugar and all the other stuff. But the good thing is that it still worked out. So I realized today, I was like, I got to figure out what my numbers are. I should have been tracking them meal to meal. But because I've been focusing on the carbohydrate part of it, I hadn't been doing that. So, and then now, I was going to say, and then something else, but then I moved on to, anyway. This week actually was pretty good all the way around. Sunday and Monday weren't great. Monday was kind of bad because I was really lazy and didn't really prepare anything properly for meals. So I still stayed under, but didn't really eat very well. But still did fine. In the long run, for the first time since I've been tracking it during our 2-week break, my sugars are way down, well below what our original goal was. So I have numbers. Just wait, I have them. Sugar, 460 grams for the week, which is still a lot. It's still a lot of sugar. But I got all of it from fruits, so it's pretty good. Fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. Nothing really, no added sugar to it at all. And that's the first time I've been below that. I think it was 570 or 510 that I was trying to get. I think it was 510 I was trying to get to. So that kind of worked out on its own. Mainly because I haven't really been eating anything sweet all week. I've been trying really hard this week to just sort of stay on track and eat properly and things like that. I had a great big salad last Sunday. But I used lemon juice and vinegar. I was going to say garlic and vinegar on it instead of salad dressing. Because I used to be a really, drown it. If I was going to have a salad ever, I would really just drown it in Thousand Island or creamy sauces. And I'm not really using it as a euphemism. There would be a layer of salad dressing underneath or in the bowl, and there would still be stuff underneath it that you wouldn't be able to see. So it's almost like how you would have leftover milk in a cereal bowl. That's how it used to be with salad when I ever had them. So when I made this one, I just used a little bit, just enough to coat everything so it would give it a little bit of that sour taste, which was really good. So anyway, getting ahead of myself. Sodium. This was a big surprise because I haven't really been paying attention to it at all. And aside from, I finished off the last 2 hot dogs on last Sunday or Monday, one of those 2 days, last Sunday. And I had them in there. I was like, I don't want to throw it away. I'll have them. And aside from that, that was the only day I actually went over because of the fucking hot dogs. Because that's going to put you over anyway. But for the rest of the week, I was way, way below where I needed to be. So that my average for the end of this week has been 1,791 milligrams. So I'm very pleased with that one. So it should be somewhere between 1,500 and 2,300. And actually now I'm on the... So what would halfway be? 15, 23, that's 8. So 4, 15, 19. Oh, so 1,900 would be the halfway point. I'm on the other side of the halfway point, 100 milligrams below. Yay, happy about that. So that was a good thing. We're paying attention to our carbs and stuff like that. So my carbs are right at 50%. I think part of that is because, again, Sunday and Monday didn't really eat all that well. So my protein suffered and my fat is higher than it should be. My fat is around 35%. And I went, I got to take a look and see exactly where I'm getting this from. And I'd had a couple of cans of soup throughout the week, but that wasn't it. It was, again, Sunday and Monday that really sort of threw me off for the week. Because, again, I didn't really eat very well. Not that I ate cookies and candies and chips and all the other stuff. I just sort of grabbed what was there. I didn't feel like making a proper balanced meal. So I had quite a few dinner rolls as well. Which aren't bad. As long as you don't go over, you're fine. So my carbs are where they need to be. But the fat, which is probably the majority of it is from margarine and olive oil and stuff like that. I'd like to be able to say, oh, I've been snacking on cashews and almonds and nuts and things like that. And that's why it's higher. It's not really. But it's really just because of the that Sunday and Monday, which were kind of rough days. But the rest of the week has been very good. So my protein has suffered a little bit. So I need to. I don't eat a lot of meat anyway. It's weird saying that. Well, I mean, I've already said I've had hot dogs. We'll count hot dogs as meat for the sake of the argument. But I don't often go out and buy like a whole ton of stuff. I don't, I'll have like chicken, and I've got pork in my freezer right now as well. Just the like lean pork tenderloin stuff. But I mean, I'll have like pasta and stuff like that. But as far as just buying meat and having a plate of meat or something like a steak, it's very rare. I'll have like chicken in a stir fry or something, but even that's very minimal. So I should probably look a little bit more at that. Increase either healthy meat, obviously, like chicken and pork and stuff like that. Although pork can give us cancer now. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? You're fine. Stop it. So yeah, increase a little bit there. Add some like beans and stuff like that. But we'll go over protein as well, and we'll really delve into that. Main thing is to sort of keep my fat content a little bit lower than it is right now, and then my carbohydrates are good where they are. Sodium was good, sugar was good, fat not so great, and carbohydrates were fine. And even fat, well, 5% actually throughout the run of a week is pretty bad. But I think that's mainly, again, because of just Sunday and Monday. My eating habits for Sunday and Monday were pretty poor. So, but overall, doing well. Continued on with my treadmill throughout the week as well. So that's been good. For some reason, I was telling someone about this yesterday, because this is the week that I worked just every 9 minutes. That's my interval now on my treadmill. So I'll walk for 9 minutes and then run or jog. So basically I go for 5 kilometers an hour, which is miles an hour. And then at the 9 minute mark, 18, 27, 36, 45, and 54, then I jog for 1 minute. So I've been gradually increasing each week. This is old news, I know, but sometimes this is the first one that people are watching. So started out doing it, I think, every 20 minutes is what I started at. And then I'm down to every 9 minutes now. So, but for some reason, I was telling someone about this yesterday. And I said, no, I do this every 9 minutes. And I was supposed to do every 8 minutes today. This was the start of my 8-minute day, which it wasn't because it's a Friday. And I don't start that until Monday. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I had this big, long conversation going, oh, this is really stupid. I screwed up my first day of trying to go for, every 8 minutes. And this conversation went on for about 15, 20 minutes. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that I was wrong until this morning when I woke up. I went, wait, it's Saturday. No, 9 minutes is still fine. So, yeah. Anyway, screwed up that conversation with them. But they don't know, so it's okay. But that's pretty much it, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to add. No. I've started to cut back a little bit as well. Didn't have as many coffees as I normally do. I'm trying to do the no sugar thing. With a regular coffee, I'm fine. At work, I'm still sort of mixing, but I'm taking like half of what anyway, long story short, cutting back on the amount of coffee that I'm taking in. Each week I've been doing fairly well. Today, though, I will say this. Today I got up. This is sort of I'm not going to turn this into a Monday topic sort of thing. But I woke up today very late, not feeling well, headache, kind of flu feeling-ish. I feel better now, obviously. But got up, took me a few hours to get going, and decided, okay, well, I'll make, a balanced meal of some sort to sort of offset the fact that I've been in bed until 11 o'clock. So made, some of the pork tenderloin and some avocados and onions and fried everything up and put in the mushroom soup. Just put in just a can, you don't add anything in, then everything solidifies, it gets a coating, everything is good that way. Which is, in itself, it's a big meal. It's like 1,000 calories. But it's just like a cereal bowl worth, but it's just a very calorie-dense meal. So I had that and still hungry. So I thought, okay, well, I'll have something I'll have something else. And I caught myself right at the very, very beginning of pretty much starting off on a binge. Because I went, no, I just had a fairly big cereal bowl filled with meat and vegetables and very calorie dense stuff. So I don't. And I mean, I ended up grabbing, I think, about half a dozen celery stalks. Thank God I had celery in the house. So basically just pile that in there. There's tons of fiber in it, so it's going to keep me full. It's going to fill me up really quickly. I thought, okay, if I'm going to start, overeating on something, I'd rather it be that. I mean, it doesn't really do it for us because when we start a binge, it's not like no one ever goes, oh, I'm just going to eat an entire tray of cherry tomatoes, which I have as well. It's always going to be something really calorie dense, like rolls, which I didn't binge on the rolls, but rolls or cookies or cakes or sausages or something high fat, high sugar, high salt content, just junk food, stuff that's really, really bad for us. That's what we want to go after when we eat. So, but it's weird sort of catching yourself at that moment and going, no, if I start in on this, I'm just going to keep going, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to go over today. I've taken in more than half my calories for the day so far, but the day's half over anyway, so I'm okay. So it's not great that I still sort of went, this is going to sound really douchey, and I don't mean for it to be, but eating half a dozen celery stalks, the reason why I did that is like, okay, if I'm going to eat, I want to eat something that at least isn't going to rack up 500 or 600 calories. Because even if I still have like 800 calories left for the day, but even if I go over like 20 calories, going over 200 calories in the run of a day is not the same as going over 2,000 calories. So you don't want to get to a point where you're going, fuck it, I've gone over now, I've ruined my day. But I thought if I'm going to, ideally you want to just sort of not get, or I do anyway, want to get to that mode where that binge feeling doesn't come over you at all. Where you think, no, I've had my food for the day, everything is fine. I don't, like, not that you have to say I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to binge. Just I'm fine. I don't want to. It doesn't come into your head. Right now, still at that point, and I've said many times before that it's still a danger. It's only been a few months to try to break out, 30, 40 years of bad habits for us, that it's not going to happen within a year. So it's going to happen every now and then. So I thought, all right, I'm going to have something that at the very least in my head I can say it's better than, cookies and cakes and everything else, and it'll fill me up. If I'm going to chew on anything, if I'm going to eat anything, I'd rather it be celery. So anyway, had that. Ideally, I mean, it's still not good that I'm still technically binging. But again, celery is going to be way, way better than cookies and cakes. And that's what I mean by it sounding douchey. It's like, oh, I still indulged myself. Like, fuck off. You still did okay. It's, I'd much rather that not enter my head at all and just say, no, I can eat normally. But when it comes up, I'd rather it be that than cookies. I'm not making any sense, am I? I'm just trying to, I don't want it to come across as, oh, I ate 6 stalks of celery. I'm such a fat pig. Like, no, no. That's what I mean by it sounding douchey. It's just that in my head, I'm thinking it's still technically a binge because I was content. I didn't need to eat anything. I wasn't hungry. It's just that, urge to, I want something. So I'm glad I did that anyway. But now I'm thinking I have cherry tomatoes in my fridge and I should have some of those for supper. Sort of even things out for the end of the day. Find something with lots of, like, maybe just, these are the moments when I think, okay, I've had a really, really big calorie dense brunch, I guess you would call it. So for the rest of the day, need to take it easy. I'll do like the celery and the tomatoes and really low calorie stuff. I still have some pomegranate left in my fridge. So the rest of the day, I'm going to sort of ease into that stuff. So anyway, I don't know if that came across as being not douchey or if it was. Don't mean to be. Anyway, I think that's it. That's the only update I have for this week. Everything is, well, not everything. Fat is a little bit high, but everything else is at a level that I'm content with for the time being. I'm not going to sort of nitpick and go, well, I need to bring this down 4 milligrams and up this by whatever. I mean, my carbs are where they need to be. My fat is a little bit high, but I know where that's from. My sodium was a bit high on one day, but I know where that's from. And it's just the fat that I have to work on, which, again, my MyFitnessPal isn't tracking the unsaturated fats. It's counting everything as saturated. So, but I think it's including the 30. Oh, I just realized I just burped a little. I'm hoping that it's counting all of them, and it's not just, because it'll register like these are monounsaturated and everything else. It'll be listed in there, but it counts everything as saturated fat. I'm wondering if my fat is actually higher but it hasn't been counting them. No, because it's a percent, so I think it just goes by calories. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're going by. Whether it's correct or not, those are the numbers I'm going by. So carbohydrates are where they need to be. Protein's a little too low, so I need to bring that up a little bit. I think that's mainly because I've just been eating primarily fruits and vegetables and toast for the past week. That's not a great way to do it. I do need to sort of balance that out a little bit, but it just hasn't gotten to that point yet. So I've been eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. But I still feel good, so we're okay. And at the end of the week, having that 5% for the 1 week isn't going to make or break me. I'll just sort of keep readjusting. And next week, hopefully, you can be a little closer where I need to be. So that's the main thing it is. As long as there's some sort of progress, then you don't have to be perfect all the time. But anyway, I'm going to leave this here because I think I'm babbling and I can't think of anything else I need to update anybody on. I think that's it. Yes, that is it. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to remember something as soon as I'm done. No one's going to drive me buggy. But for right now, I'm going to leave this video here. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please poke the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.